looks like everyone's here.
And we're in a
Now, before we
dungeon.
begin, why don't we finish where we left off yesterday? There was an important decision to be made, yes? I'll pour everyone a cup of tea.
Also, I just noticed all the players actually wears a hat as well. That's kind of funny.
Is that really the most important part, though, Clorinde? Paimon's more concerned about our current surroundings.
Yes, dungeon.
Heavy walls, cold railings, dim lights. This is obviously supposed to be a prison.
Guess we're in trouble.
I admire the work put into the set. Still, it's obvious the scriptwriter has never paid a visit to the fortress of Marechaussee.
Yeah, well, this is a
So
more.
the set is going to be a part of the script?
This is more of like a traditional
Unfortunately,
prison,
that
not
is
like the
something
fortress.
I can neither confirm nor deny.
Anyone think Clorinde's smile is starting to look kinda scary?
Well, whatever happens, we'll just have to push on. But first, we should really figure out what to do with this treasure. If we're worried about arousing suspicion because of our identity, why don't we give ourselves a different name, just like Clorinde's master did?
Yeah, it might be better to keep a low profile. As long as we're helping people, it doesn't matter who we are or what we're called.
So now they're gonna go with different names.
Staring at me won't get you anywhere. Or did you want some more tea?
Oh, Paimon's good. Thanks. Why aren't you saying anything, Navia? Wait, what's that next to you?
Hmm?
Oh, this is the short sword Clorinde mentioned last night. I found it.
Huh.
You just
I'm
found it?
surprised you managed to track it down after all this time.
Well, I made sure to take good care of it, considering the circumstances in which you gave it to me. Of course I had to keep it safe. Anyway, where were we? Oh, right. I was just thinking about all the potential ways for us to break out of prison. We could dig a tunnel, or try to bribe the guards.
Why didn't break out of
Wait.
prison?
We haven't been thrown into prison yet, have we?
Well, it's only a matter of time. It pays to be prepared. Just like how you should always have an umbrella on hand, even when it's sunny.
You mean a parasol?
Paimon's made up her mind. Let's just give the treasure away. Paimon may have wanted to keep it, but if it's going to land us in prison somehow, Paimon will be too upset to enjoy her snacks.
Turns out Paimon cares more about snacks than treasure.
So, you've reached an agreement? All right then, we can continue with the story.
Oh, and we'll collect all the scattered pieces of treasure on the ground as well.
All right. You collect the treasure and make your way back
We're
to the
we're back
capital
in
with
Game
your
Master
bag of
mode.
loot in hand.
So they said they're gonna go with different names, right?
The city is still shrouded in a gloomy, oppressive atmosphere, but your spirits are surprisingly high. In places where sunlight struggles to reach, you generously share your wealth with the children, the elderly, and the poor in urgent need of help.
Thank you, kind soul.
The elderly woman's look of gratitude follows you as you walk away, her eyes never leaving your back until you move entirely out of sight.
Again, do you think all the NPCs are voiced by
There's
Clorinde's
still quite a
VA?
bit of Mora
Because that'd be
remaining.
funny.
It appears you haven't made much progress.
She's probably trying to tell us to speed this up. We need to hurry up so we can address the sorcerer problem.
Should we go find that man again at the square? He seemed like a pretty responsible guy.
Y'all
I'm
say you gotta
sure
go
he
with
knows the
different
people here
names.
far better than us.
Oh, good idea.
Just as you start to make way to the square, intent on finding the man again, there's a voice.
Twain's making a check.
Please wait, distinguished guests. Several strange guards suddenly call out to you. They run forward to meet you and proceed to politely pay
Oh, it's
their
because we
respects.
saved them?
Greetings, gentlemen. Are we being invited for afternoon tea?
Surely you jest, my lady. That would not be our place. It is His Excellency the King who requests to meet with you. Please come with us.
Do you think this could be a trap?
Well, we have to investigate the court at some point, right? Meeting the king himself would be a fantastic opportunity to do that.
Wait, we're back in the...
Go for it. If something happens, we'll just turn the whole place upside down.
This is the first time where we're actually talking in character, but we're not in the game world.
After a quick discussion, you nod to the guards and agree to follow. They lead you all the way to the audience hall of the palace. Gilded tables line both sides of the hall. The space itself is adorned with all manner of expensive antiques, glass shelves, and silver candlesticks. The items appear quite ordinary.
So this is a real, so this is like a real set.
Their presence somehow
Not the game
makes
world.
the emptiness of the hall feel even more surreal and ominous.
Wow, it's so luxurious.
The elderly king, clad in a magnificent robe, sits upon the deep crimson throne before you. He wears above his head a majestic crown, with a gemstone the size of a bird's egg set right at the very front. As you observe it, you see a complex pattern of light reflect off its surface. Ahem! They're here, Your Majesty. A man dressed in dark clothes, likely a minister, shields his mouth with his hands and bends down to whisper a few words to the king. After a moment, he lowers his hands and stands back up. His gaze shifts to fixate on your group, but he does not move from his place at the king's side.
The king does not appear entirely aware of his surroundings. The man by his side, though, we should keep a close eye on him.
The king remains still and says nothing.
So the
The
king does not speak for
minister is the one
himself.
who
The minister is
speaks.
the one that speaks for him.
Esteemed guests, allow me to thank you for coming to our faraway kingdom. Unfortunately, His Majesty the King finds himself quite exhausted from work. So please allow me, his Prime Minister, to welcome you in his stead. I've heard tell that your group, the Marechaussee Hunters, used your exceptional ability with the sword to repel the monsters near the capital. Such a great deed deserves to be rewarded. However, seeing that I was not fortunate enough to observe such a feat with my own eyes, you'll forgive me for seeking to verify the truth by speaking to you myself.
Well, we've got nothing to hide. You brought us here to talk, right? So we'll just explain what happened. The golem's blades were so powerful,
Yeah, so
they could cut down trees
so
in a
it's also
single
is this
swipe.
like a fusion
It took a
of
lot
like
effort
the
to
set
defeat
that
them,
we're
even
in,
for trained swordsmen
but
like
also
us.
the fictional world that we're in too?
Well,
Because that's what it seems like.
right?
Because this is not
Believe us
exactly
now?
like an on par
Your
point.
account does
an
indeed
on par
match those
replica
of
of
the
the set.
survivors. Since you were the ones who defeated the monsters, that must mean
Uh-oh.
you are also in possession of the treasure they stole?
Well, we did take the treasure, but...
How did he know about the treasure?
Yeah.
Ah, then I must ask that you return it at once. It belongs to the kingdom.
Wait, but didn't you just say that our great deed deserved a reward? Shouldn't the treasure be considered a part of that?
Yes, that was indeed what I said. But you seem to have forgotten a very important distinction. Only that which is freely given by the king can be considered a reward. Taking the rightful wealth of a kingdom without said permission, on the other hand, is a crime.
But that's completely unreasonable.
Yeah, that makes no sense! If it weren't for us, the treasure would still be buried underground somewhere!
Maybe so, yet the fact remains. You tried to dispose of the treasure without reporting it to the court and without receiving permission, yes? What, no answer? Surely you're not insinuating that you, a group of legendary Marechaussee Hunters, sought to take the treasure for yourselves?
Well, what about the king? Is he just gonna let this guy
I mean, we
talk
gave
for
it to
us the whole
we
time?
gave it to the people, but
Clad
that's
in
what.
his magnificent robe, the king
But that's not
remains
how he sees
seated,
it.
with his hands resting on either side of the throne. His posture is rigid and unmoving. He stares forward with an empty look in his eyes. completely unmoved by the events before him.
From the look of things, could the Prime Minister be the evil sorcerer? Or could both the King and the Prime Minister have fallen under the evil sorcerer's control?
I would like to observe the number of guards stationed in the hall.
The guards in the palace appear fully armed, their expressions solemn. Sensing the tense atmosphere in the room, they stand at the ready, each with a hand placed
Combat
upon
check.
the hilt of their sword, as if prepared to draw their weapons and surround you at a moment's notice.
Well, there goes my plan to turn the whole place upside down, I guess.
It appears we've been visited by nothing more than a group of ill-intentioned imposters. What a pity.
Wait, why can't we just say
Take them
that we
away
just give
and
them
throw
to the
them in
people?
dungeons. Before I decide your fate, however, I must first determine whether you have any accomplices outside the court.
Can't we try to slip away? Or maybe start some kind of riot?
Then they can stealth check.
But if we try to fight the guards right now...
Don't worry. At least we figured out who's behind all this. Let's just play it by ear. If you're scared, Paimon, just hold my hand.
You can have my hand too.
Aw, thanks, you guys.
You allow yourself to be led away by guards surrounding you on both sides. It's only when you begin to feel drops of water falling from the dungeon ceiling and smell the stench of death and decay all around you that you finally realize you've stepped into a completely different world. Stay here and don't try anything funny. The guards lock the cell door and leave without looking back.
Wait, sir!
Your voice echoes through the dark hall, but the only response you receive is the sound of water dripping from the ceiling.
No! What should we do now?
Carve out a new path of fate with our own two hands, of course. I draw my weapon.
You reach toward your waist.
I was gonna
But
say
find
the
nothing
weapons
there.
got confiscated.
You
Yeah.
now recall that your weapons were confiscated before the guards locked you in the cell. The bag of treasure along with them.
What about that knife I hid in my boot?
When did you hide it in there?
When I was thinking about digging a tunnel.
Bruh.
Rejected. You failed to inform the GM of this course of action.
Start running a homebrew
The guards would have
character.
conducted a thorough search before throwing you in prison.
Exactly.
And the keys to the cell aren't anywhere to be seen?
Correct. You don't even feel a lock hole on the cell door.
Navia really tried to run a homebrew character and
well,
failed.
There goes all our plans.
Indeed.
And we're back in normal.
Why are you the one saying indeed?
Because that statement holds true for me as well. This is where the script ends.
Wait, what? That's it?
What? But that's a terrible ending!
Generally speaking, this should be the point where the scriptwriter gives the players some kind of hint, or gives the GM some kind of code for how to move forward.
I mean, maybe they just really wanted us to be immersed in the feeling of being in prison. Like, they'll only show us the way out once we've grown
Is that why they said
truly
it's a
and utterly
prison?
desperate?
That is a possibility.
If only there were desserts and tea in real prison. Oh, wait, guess it's kind of how the Fortress of Maripede works if you're lucky.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh, before I forget, Navia, the short sword you had with you earlier. I took a closer look, and the craftsmanship doesn't appear to resemble anything from this era. If I remember correctly, that style was last in vogue several hundred years ago.
Wait, Clorinde said that sword used to belong to her master, right?
Oh,
Does
yeah.
that mean her master has been alive that
Or maybe that's
long?
what just passed down.
I doubt it. The way she went about things often made her seem childish more than anything.
Maybe
I'd
the
say
sword was
most
sword was
likely
from
an
a
heirloom
Mauryan
passed
dynasty.
down over time.
Hang on. A precious heirloom passed down to you by your master. And you gave it to me just like that? You weren't worried I might lose it?
Cause she trusts
Master
you.
left many things to me when she disappeared. There was the sword, an old key, and a good amount of junk she probably just didn't want to take
Again,
with
the
her.
Navia
I
friendship
gave
was
you the sword
strong.
back then, because
Aww.
I didn't want our friendship to end.
The ship.
Wait, when did this happen exactly?
It was during Callus's case.
After the duel
Yeah.
between Mr. Callus and myself.
Remember,
that,
Clorinde felt
Clorinde
really
would have
guilty.
meals with us and even stay over at the Spina some days. She was on great terms with Papa
But
as
she
well.
knew what Callus
After the
she knew
duel,
how Callus felt.
There was a period of time where we simply didn't know how to face each other. She entrusted this sword to me, and never came back.
Because keep in mind, Clorinde was the one who ended up killing Callus during that duel. But that's because Callus wanted Clorinde to kill her anyways. Navia never knew that at all. So Clorinde didn't know how to even face her, knowing that she's the only one that knows what Mr. Callus' secret.
We were both sad, and conflicted, and totally overthinking everything as a result. Whenever I looked at this sword, I couldn't help but wonder if Miss Petronia had never introduced us to each other at that picnic. Maybe part of the sadness I was feeling could have been avoided.
Yeah, but you lost
Back
a really
then,
close friend.
It felt like I hadn't just lost a father, but a close friend as well.
No one can
But she's
change
back
the
with you.
past. The most important thing is that you two found your way back to each other and can enjoy things like this together.
Friendships are like that.
Yep, you're right.
True friendships.
I'm
I mean,
sorry, you two. I didn't mean to bring up any sad memories.
Think nothing of it. No one here is at fault.
we all know whose fault that is. Hello? A new script? That was paper.
Oh, looks like the next part of our script is here.
Perfect timing. The situation was really starting to get desperate.
Immersion.
And not just because of the prison thing.
From Clorinde's face, Paimon really can't tell if it's good news or bad news.
It speaks to her professionalism as a senior GM.
Water continues to drip from the ceiling. In this lightless dungeon, you lack
Yeah,
a
this is
reliable
going
way
for
to tell
maximum
how much
immersion.
time has passed.
Because even in the room that we're in,
You
water's
get
dripping
used
as
to the
well.
unpleasant odor of straw, mold, and rust, and find yourselves alternating between fits of drowsiness and despair. Suddenly, you hear footsteps outside the door.
No, are these people
Heads up,
actual
everyone.
people?
Someone's coming.
They're just playing that role?
Gather close,
Or
everyone,
what?
and keep your voice down.
Yeah, these are legit people out in the set.
Who are you?
I work as a guard in these dungeons, but my true identity is the same as your own. I'm also a Marechaussee Hunter.
Huh?
Shh. I've already sent away the other guards, but if we make too much noise...
I understand, but how can we be sure we can trust you?
The king has issued a formal decree. In light of the irrefutable proof of your crime, you're to be executed before tomorrow's sunrise. If you want to escape, it has to be now.
Executed? We barely did anything!
Yeah, so this
Monster
guard is
securing
actually
at the
played by an
same
actual person
location
like
as the
us.
Treasure. Could this entire thing have been a trap?
There will be time for speculation once we're out
Maximum
of here.
immersion.
As for my identity, I have no way to prove that to you just yet. Infiltrating the capital was difficult, and finding a chance to speak with you has taken a lot out of me. I could go on, but I think we can all agree that now is not the time for details.
Well, it doesn't look like we have any other choice.
Have you seen our weapons anywhere, sir?
Don't worry, I brought them with me. They're just behind the door. Still, these weapons alone won't be enough to defeat the true enemy behind the scenes. His faction is too powerful. The guards are all under his control, and he's even stationed a number of golems in various rooms throughout the palace. To defeat him, you must find a secret vault. It is said that within that vault, the Marechaussee Hunters of the past left behind a treasure with the power to defeat the sorcerer.
You're not coming with us?
No, I'll remain in the dungeons to deal with the guards. I'll try my best to distract them so they don't go after you. As long as my identity is not revealed, I'll be able to aid you when the final battle comes.
In that case, please stay safe.
Thank you for your concern.
I'm
I'll do
finding
my
around like
worst.
how Clorinde is a
As for
bard,
the location of the vault,
which
here,
is what one of the
this map should
archons
lead you
is as
there.
well. I find that super ironic. It's an actual real life location.
Got it.
So I'm assuming that's
All
gonna be
right,
where the
once
next
I
set
open
is.
the door, remember to stick close and refrain from making any noise. I'll lead you out of here as quickly as possible.
Oh no, it's gonna be a stealth mission.
You now have the chance to restore the honor and legacy of the Marechaussee Hunters. So please, get out there and reclaim what's ours. And be sure to exercise caution.
With the help of the guard, you successfully escape the dungeons. Your sense of despair and anxiety both seem to fade as you continue your quest.
Wait, we didn't get to use our skills at all while we were in prison. Who knows when we're gonna get the chance to use that cool summon spell?
That is a pity, but we can only continue to move forward.
Head to the secret vault and search for the treasure. I mean, this is where... Where is the secret vault? Oh, wait.
This should be the place marked on the map.
This bit of rock certainly looks suspicious.
Well, I'd say an investigation's in order then. Plus, if all else fails, we can just blow it up.
We get it, Navia. Your character's the only kid that has cannons. Come on, girl.
Wow, you really meant that.
You really did.
Before you lies a serene stretch of open water. Its
Do you think this
surface
was- do you
shimmering
think this is
a
just like a
brilliant
water puddle
shade of
before?
sapphire blue.
Well, guess this means it's time for a swim.
Yeah, I was gonna, do you think this place was covered up like originally, but now you can go in? Because I don't remember seeing this area at all. Why?
Oh, what's the matter?
Do you recognize this place, Clorinde?
It's nothing. As you step into the cave, you find yourself in an eerily quiet space. Before you lies a narrow passageway that appears to trail off endlessly into the distance.
Whoa.
Wow, this must be where the treasure is hidden.
But this door is blocking our way in.
What?
It almost looks like it's been here for quite some time.
I mean, we do know that the
And
script
I've
was
got
based
to
off of
hand it to
the
the
history of the
tabletop
Marechaussee
troupe.
Hunters.
He really went all out with the props.
I don't think this is a prop.
Huh. What have we got down here? A kind of mechanism.
I think this is
connected to the
legit.
door?
These are legit ruins.
Ah, it looks like we might have to arrange it into a certain pattern.
Does Clorinde know
This
something?
stone door. That's something Master mentioned before.
Is something wrong, Clorinde?
After a long, difficult journey, you finally arrive at the location indicated by your map. It appears to be an ancient site of some sort, where treasure likely awaits. Your surroundings are exceedingly quiet and serene, as if the secret that slumbers here has never once been disturbed. If you listen closely, you can almost convince yourself you can hear the sound of its calm, gentle breathing.
That description makes Paimon feel kinda bad for disturbing this place.
We're doing this for the sake of the people, to free them from the evil sorcerer. I say it's time for this treasure to once again see the light of day.
Linny's right. We need to keep going. The future of the kingdom depends on it. The next part of the story requires us to solve the puzzle, right? Let's start exploring the area.
Yes, that should be fine.
Does Clorinde know
Something
something
feels
about
off
this?
about all this.
Or what?
Guess I'll just have to improvise.
She didn't expect to see like or did she not expect to see the ruins of actual Marechaussee Hunters? Wait for your companions to progress. Oh, this is interesting. So this is the first instance of actually working with multiple characters. This is a very interesting concept. Have they done this before?
I found something.
Found something here too.
Have they done something like this before? Oh, okay, Farina.
Same here.
I think it's the first time they've ever done a interactive story quest with multiple characters. As I certainly don't remember this.
Go!
There we go. That should light everything up. Now what? Okay.
It worked.
Something just appeared. Some kind of new mechanism, maybe?
By solving the puzzles, you prove yourselves worthy of inheriting the secrets of the past. At the end of each puzzle, you're rewarded with
With what?
a key.
Huh? Okay. Wait, isn't that what Clorinde mentioned?
Oh, it must be the key to the big door.
Isn't that what Clorinde mentioned just earlier?
This is one of the Marechaussee Hunter keys that are passed down from generation to
What?
generation. It looks just like the one Master passed down to me. It is said that 4 keys in total are required to form the final, complete key. But
Clorinde.
it seems like we just collected 3 of them. That must mean...
You're...
Huh? What's wrong?
You hear a few strange noises. Suddenly, all the torches in the ruin go out at once.
Huh? What's going on? Did we fall into another trap?
For the sake of immersion, please close your eyes, everyone. Without the torches, the space is now completely dark, and you cannot see anything.
Well, crap.
But Paimon can still see a little bit over here.
Paimon, don't break other people's immersions.
Oh, right. Sorry.
Immersion. There. Why are you
Suddenly,
covering your eyes like that?
You hear the sound of footsteps pierce through the darkness.
There's someone else here. Oh, this is so unsettling. I can't see anything.
I've been discovered then.
Who?
Wait, that voice, it's...
You recognize the voice
It's
as
the
belonging
Marechaussee
to the
Hunter.
guard who led you to this place. It appears he now covets the treasure for himself, and has come to stake his claim.
Uh-oh.
So this is just part of the script. Then I can probably relax. Well, if we can't see anything, that means we can't fight to the fullest of our abilities. Should we retreat for now?
Judging by the way he's holding his sword, he must be a
Yeah,
real
that-
Marechaussee Hunter. But this isn't part of the script.
What's he doing?
Retreat! That's not the Hunter way. If it's dark for us, then it's dark for him. We choose to fight.
Your choice is noted. Please keep your eyes closed until I tell you the torches have been relit. This battle will be in the dark.
You got it!
Hello?
Well then, let us begin.
Is Clorinde gonna fight too, or is this just gonna be us? Her normal attack, Oath of Hunting Shadows, is a 5-hit attack dealing physical damage, and her charge attack consumes stamina to deal physical damage in a fan pattern.
Into the shadows.
Her elemental skill, Hunter's Vigil, puts her in the Night Vigil state, which changes her normal attack to Swift Hunt, dealing extra damage, and it cannot alter beneficials, nor have a charge attack variation. In addition, she can gain a Bond of Life based off her max HP, and do piercing shots until it's equal to or greater than 100% of her max HP. Then it'll just become a simple normal shot instead. This damage is actually considered a normal attack, which is key for something later. This works for the second passive, Lawful Remuneration. If her Bond of Life is equal to or greater than 100% of her max HP, her prayer is increased by 10% for 15 seconds every time her Bond of Life changes. This deck caps at 2. In addition, any sort of healing except for Clorinde in this state is converted to Bond of Life, and this passive increases that even further. Her new elemental skill in this state is Impale the Knight, which is a lunging attack that deals electric damage, and the secondary effect is dependent on her Bond of Life. At 0%, she does a normal lunging attack. At less than 100% of her max HP, it heals Clorinde based off the Bond of Life and increases the damage of her lunging attack. At equal to greater than 100% of her max HP, the healing is actually increased even further, and the lunge damage is actually increased even further as well. You can exit the state if she leaves the field. Her elemental burst is Last Light Ball, which gives her Bond of Light based on her max HP and then dealing AoE electric damage. This damage can be increased even further thanks to her first passive, Dark Shattering Flame, where if a party member triggers an electric-based elemental reaction, her electric damage is increased by 20% of Clorinde's attack for 15 seconds. This caps out at 3 with a possible max damage increase of 1800. And this max damage increase works for both her elemental burst and even the normal attack, which is why I said it was going to be important for later.
Shoot on sight.
I'd like to try to hit him with my sword.
Your strike is successful.
Ha! You're facing a veteran Marechaussee Hunter. You don't stand a chance.
Ready.
Is he still standing? Goodness, he sure has a lot of HP.
Is it over? Can we open our eyes now?
The enemy is strong and relentless, but the battle is nearing its end. The torches have not been relit.
Yeah, Clorinde's the only one fighting.
What about now?
Final strike. Ha!
Clorinde's the only one fighting.
Oh, well, did we get him?
Yeah, this is not part of the script. Why isn't she answering?
Clorinde?
Warm fire flickers across the walls once more. Your vision is now clear. In an impressive display of courage, the four of you successfully defeat the uninvited guest. That look in his eyes. It's like he became an entirely different person as soon as I defeated
Yeah,
him.
why is this glowing?
Huh? Mr. Florian? Oh, wait. We're supposed to be role-playing. I should stay in character.
Yeah, I don't think this guy's roleplaying at all.
Speak your name, guard. Why did you lead us here just to betray us? Is this treasure really more important to you than bringing peace to the kingdom?
What kingdom? What peace? Those were nothing but lies! I, Florian, am a true Marechaussee Hunter, descended from hunters of ages past.
So he's also using his real name. Or, wait.
No, he's not
was that
acting.
the name of his character from the very beginning?
Then I'm even more confused. If you truly are a Marechaussee Hunter, shouldn't you want to help us just like you said before? Shouldn't we fight together for the sake of the people?
What do you know? In this day and age,
Yeah, see, he's
there's
not acting at all.
glory
You
to
can tell
be
the
had
difference.
As a Marechaussee Hunter.
What's that supposed to mean?
They're role-playing, but
My
he's
skills
not.
were passed down to me by my father. We lived a life of obscurity in the remote wilderness. Still, he devoted everything he had to being a Marechaussee Hunter. And what did he get in return? A life of poverty and pain. In a world that forgot all about him. When he died, not a single person came to mourn his passing. The Marechaussee Hunters were the ones who saved this city. We're heroes. We deserved more recognition and respect than this.
Is he talking about how no one in the capital seems to remember the hunters and their legacy? I didn't expect the script to contain
It's
this
not
level
part of the
social
script.
criticism.
So that's why you want to take the treasure for yourself? You feel like you're owed fame and wealth?
If you already knew where the treasure was located, why didn't you just come down here and take it?
Because I still needed the final key.
Clorinde's key.
Only a true Marechaussee Hunter is capable of passing through this final door. As someone who sought to hurt others for his own gain, Florian lost that right long ago.
Okay, but what is this treasure anyway? We've got all the keys, right? So can we just go in and take a look?
You're sure you want to go in?
We've been talking about it for so long. Of course we want to see what's inside.
And we've already defeated Florian, right? So he won't try to take it from us anymore.
Pesky brats.
Watch yourself.
Then let's open the door
See,
together.
Clorinde's the only one that's
Alright.
caught on to to Florian's true
Your choice of
identity.
action is confirmed.
Clorinde's the only one that knows about Florian. Or caught on to it, at least. Without anyone noticing. Interesting. They're gonna think it's just, they're gonna think that's part of a set, but it's not.
Before you, the door to the treasure, sealed and undisturbed for more than 100 years, finally swings open. You hear the shrill wail of the door hinge as it rotates for the first time after years of disuse. Almost like a sleeping giant letting out an extended yawn. You get the impression that the secrets buried behind this door might be just as heavy as the sound you just heard.
It's open! Come on, let's go in! Paimon wants to see what's inside!
Ooh, me too!
What are you guys doing? Oh my god, you two. Why me?
Ugh, uncovering hidden treasure is the most exciting part of adventuring. What do we have here? Uh-huh.
A stone tablet? And some shabby weapons?
What the
What,
heck?
it's a treasure vault? Looks more like an abandoned warehouse.
Maybe the troop ran out of budget at the end?
They provided a super immersive experience at the beginning only to drop the ball at the most important part. They could have at least
No, it's not that.
cardboard Mora or something.
Wait, I get it now. Paimon, this is the real Marechaussee Hunter treasure.
Like actual Marechaussee Hunters.
This is it? The Marechaussee Hunter treasure is just a stone slab and some
Again,
broken swords?
Florian's the only one not role-playing here.
I can't believe it. I refuse to believe it.
Whoa, are you okay?
He was possessed?
The Marechaussee Hunter before you appears to suffer a serious mental breakdown. He needs to leave the room for a moment to collect himself. One of you seems to understand the significance of the treasure already. If the rest of you wish to follow suit, you may remain here in the meantime and explore your surroundings.